Football is a violent game played by gladiators on a frozen tundra. Welcome to the Red Zone Challenge Expert Picks, brought to you by Firestone Walker Brewing Company, featuring so-called experts Jeff Kingman.
For the second week in a row, you're asking the question, should I really watch this Thursday night game?
Jeremy West.
I have never picked against the Seahawks. You did once and it bit you in the ass.
And Allie, the full-time Firestone Walker beer guy. Part-time degenerate gambler.
This is one of those ones I'm like, do I really need to watch football on Thursday night, or should I stay good on my wife's list here?
Who will experience 80 ounces in hell? Find out with this week's picks in the Red Zone Challenge, presented by Firestone Walker Brewing Company in Paso Robles. Oh, man! Give me a drink!
All right. If we could get to something right away before we get into the picks today. Last time we talked, I was told there was going to be beer here. I went to Mexico. I came back. There's still not beer here.
All the way to Mexico.
Yeah. There's still no beer here from our friend that works at a brewery, and his job is production, meaning he's the guy that is in charge of what happens with the beer after it's made.
Now, last week on the podcast, Ollie, you said, we got to get to somebody in marketing. This isn't just like passing the buck on this.
All right.
Yeah, it sounds like we're passing something.
Nope. So I talked to one of the guys in marketing here. We're making the Dark and Stormy on Friday. We're putting it in bottle, and he's going to drop it by the studio here, hopefully this week, if not early next week on Monday.
Can I get a first name?
Joel.
Oh, I know Joel. Okay.
Yeah.
Here's the deal on this, Ollie, is we work with, like, people think that this is like a professional place we work. It's not the case at all. Okay, there are heathens.
It would be if you would quit saying that.
And we are locked into a studio, and we aren't allowed to leave until the shift whistle blows at the end of the day. And there are heathens there that try to steal goods that are brought to us as gifts on a regular basis, and they sit outside the doors looking to do so. And it is. We need to make sure that Joel comes in and asks directly for us and doesn't show any of his goods, because those heathens they'll treat it's like the Wild West when you come in here. They will treat it as if it is a Wells Fargo wagon, and they are the bandits. Okay.
I'll call Joel after this phone call here. I'll make him put yeast samples on the box that he gives it to you.
There you go. Yeah. Nobody's going to want that.
Exactly. No, I'll give them specific directions here when we're off the phone.
We're looking forward to it.
All right. How you guys doing?
We're doing good. I'm not doing so good. Jeremy's doing great. Excellent, because he's now in first place in the Red Zone Challenge. He's he's the first one to eclipse the 500 mark all season long, and it only took to week 11 to do so.
A little controversy on that, though, because I saw that second email that came in, and he had taken the Cowboys there on that second email, I thought.
Yeah, and I was told that I missed the podcast. It didn't matter that it was before the games. I had to stick with Atlanta over the Cowboys. And so, what are you going to do? Because I got all the emails. Right? Was this an email thread or was this a text message thread?
This is an email.
This is definitely something that Jeff sent me, and he was being a little bitch about it. And I was telling my wife, I'm like, this guy is just being a bitch because I'm on vacation and he's working. Go for it, girlfriend. Hard time out perfectly while doing the day with you. Him. Wait, what is this?
That's the wrong email thread.
Oh.
That's what that is.
I'm trying to find the email thread.
The wrong email thread.
It was too good. Here we go.
It's good. I'm all fine with it. It makes sense. You said it on the podcast there, so... That's all that matters, or it was stated in the podcast, I should say. So.
Oh yeah. Here's one that he was going to fire up the Rolls Royce on my ass in fantasy football. Oh, here it is. Too late. It was recorded yesterday. Hashtag vacation time. Yeah. Snarky bitch. And that's, I think, actually what I wrote back. I said, no, it's not too late. I got my picks in before Thursday night's game. Hashtag snarky bitch. And then he writes, We recorded it yesterday like we always do. Hashtag details. Still being very snarky with me.
Well, I mean, the thing
and then I let it go.
I can't go back and re-record the podcast and
I'm
say,
just so glad.
Oh, yeah, by the way, Jeremy sent me an email after we recorded this podcast and changed his pick.
Ollie,
which it works out in your favor.
I'm so glad that you brought this up because I wanted to read these little snarky bitch emails that I was being sent while I was drinking my margaritas.
You could have just rolled with it and said that, you knew that the Dallas Cowboys' right side of the offensive line would be taking the day off.
Anyways, by the way, if you ever go to Mexico, get a mango margarita. I'm telling you, that's my new favorite margarita.
Mango margarita?
Mango margaritas are pretty good.
Well, I think you guys spend too much time together because that sounds like two people that have been in the same room for way too long.
I tell everybody we're like brothers. We're not friends.
Locked in the same room till the shift whistle blows.
I'll be there for this guy till the end, but I'm going to bitch about it the whole time.
All right, let's get to the games this week, okay? Let's get to the
You got
games.
it.
All right, so let's recap where we're sitting because I know we just did a quick kind of deal on that. We start this week with me in front at 23 wins, Ali at 22, and Jeff at 17. After last week, Ali, you went 2-3. Jeff went 1-4.
Seems to be a trend for me, 1-4.
And I went 3-2. Boy, you are way back now.
I am.
I mean, you're 6 games behind me, 5 behind Ollie.
I would need this week in order to catch up with Ollie, which is going to lend a lot to the reason why I'm going to pick the games the way I'm going to pick the games today. I would need to win every single one, and Ollie would need to lose every single one.
It could happen.
It could happen.
All right, Ollie, you got the picks in advance just like I did this morning when Jeff put them out. These are from Vegas. They're the 5 closest point spreads of the week. And I got to tell you, this is the toughest week that I can go back and think about as far as picks goes. I see all these games going one way or the other. The closest point spread is 1 point. The furthest point spread gap will be 2.5 points that we're going to cover today. And we'll start with Miami, a 1-point favorite at home, taking on the Bucks, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Who goes first? Me?
You do.
You go first.
Oh, okay.
That's the benefit of being in first place.
I'm going with the Bucks, baby. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
And why is that?
Because Miami sucks. Their defense sucks. They might as well get a high school team in there. They'd probably have at least more passion than those bastards.
So you're going to kick out of this, Ollie. Jeremy's Wet Willies faced Jeff's bevy of bell cows in fantasy football this past weekend, and I decided to roll out Smokin' Jay Cuddy as my quarterback in this matchup because, Carson Wentz was on a bye. So I roll out Smokin' Jay Cuddy.
And he couldn't get Eli Manning because I picked him up on my bench, so he couldn't pick him up.
Quarterback blocked me. That's fine. I was going to roll with Cutler anyways because I think the Giants have given the rest of the team
up.
Yeah, they're just taking it off. So I'm texting back and forth with somebody in our fantasy football league who doesn't like Jeremy that much, and he's like, "Well, I think you got this one," and I'm like, "No," because I needed 8 points from Jay Cutler, but he scored us 7 points on that last touchdown pass. He scored me 7 points on that last touchdown play, so I was 1 point behind Jeremy. And the guy that was texting me, he's like, "Well, you never know. Miami is going to kick the ball off to Carolina, and Carolina will run it, and they'll have to go out on 3 downs, and then they'll use timeouts." And I'm like, dude, they're down by 24 points. They're not trying to win me a fantasy football game here. Game's over, man.
God, this is a long story.
Game's over.
Let me skip to the ending. Jeremy wins by 1 point.
1 point. I needed Jay Cutler to complete a pass for 7 yards. One pass for 7 yards, and I would have won.
All right, you're up next, Ollie. Who do you like in this one? Miami. Remember, they're favored by 1 at home over the Bucks.
I'm taking Miami. I don't think Miami can lose every game.
Oh, you sure?
I don't think they can.
Would you say that about Cleveland?
Cleveland can lose every game. I thought the Niners are going to lose every game, and I don't know why they decided to win that game. But anyway,
because
I think
the Giants gave it to them.
Exactly.
The Giants decided the Niners were going to win that game.
Yeah, I was like, good job, all San Fran fans. Now you guys don't get the number 1 pick.
Yeah.
That was smart.
What were you thinking?
Yeah, why would you try? Why would you try to win that?
Saboteurs.
Anyway, I'm going to take Miami. the tale of two terrible teams. Jets gave up last week. Miami's going to pull this one out of their butt. They are 4-5, so they're not terrible.
Yeah.
I guess they are pretty terrible, but what am
Tampa
I saying?
Bay is terrible, too.
Tampa Bay is terrible.
Did you see what Jonathan Stewart was able to do on Monday night against the Miami Dolphins?
Yes.
Jonathan Stewart has been absent the first 9 weeks of the season. Okay, we don't know what happened to Jonathan Stewart as a running back option. Then he goes out and runs 110 yards over the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins apparently have no run defense whatsoever. Doug Martin is in a contract year, meaning he's playing for his future with any NFL team, not just the team that he plays for in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's looking for that kind of rebound action that Jonathan Stewart rattled off on Monday night. I think Tampa Bay sneakily wins this game. And there's an argument that can be made for both of them, but you'll see how my picks pan out today, Ollie, and why I'm picking the way I'm picking.
So you're going Bucks?
I'm going Bucks.
Come on to the Bucks. All right. Next up, Baltimore favored by 2 over Green Bay, and they're in Lambeau this weekend. I got to go first on this one. Baltimore's defense, outstanding. No Aaron Rodgers. To me, this is easy. Baltimore all the way.
They are a 2-point favorite, right?
Yes.
Okay.
What do you like, Ollie?
I'm taking Green Bay in Green Bay. Another week for Hudley here.
Really?
Is Flacco even playing? Is he playing this week?
From what I understood.
Is he? Okay, because that concussion, man, he looked like he was, asking for a table for one when he got hit in the head that time.
But
I'm not sure if it's...
He got
Did he play?
2 weeks off.
Yeah.
Because of the bye week last week. So
I'm taking Green Bay. I think...
Hey, he's giving you one. Take it.
I'm giving you one. Yeah, I'm going to take Green Bay. This could be your week here. This could be your week.
Redemption. It didn't matter because whoever you picked, I was going to pick the opposite. So I'm going to go with the Baltimore. I'm going to the Baltimore Ravens on the road. I don't like anybody to win at Green Bay, though, ever. But people have been doing it this year, and that's because of their injury woes.
Arizona, 1-point favorite over Houston in South Texas. Wow. I mean, you talk about devastation for both of these teams this year. Both teams losing their quarterbacks. It seems like Arizona has been able to fare a little bit better.
Weirdly enough, because I would argue that Arizona has lost more because you lose Carson Palmer and David Johnson.
Oh, that's very true.
And it's
I forgot about that.
Wow. I mean, that's devastation. I mean, if you would have said at the beginning you're going to lose your starting quarterback and your number 1 ranked running back going into the season, you'd have thought, okay, well, we have no chance.
What's the backup's name in Houston, Jeff? Ollie.
His name's not Ollie.
No, Ollie, you don't know either?
I know. It's Tom Savage.
Savage. Okay, that's
yes.
right.
Yes.
But they're down to the 3rd string for Arizona.
Yes.
Because, but it's Blaine Gabbert, which I would argue is a upgrade.
Is an improvement.
Yeah.
But it's still, I don't know if it's a new system for him, but it's new playing time. Anyways, this is a coin flip for me. Like I said, Arizona is the favorite in this by 1 point. It's a coin flip. I like the home team. I'll go with the Texans.
I'm also going to go with the Texans. Coin flip. Again, dumpster fire of a game.
The best.
That's what I mean. These are just
game of the week.
The most pathetic week 11 in the NFL
really
season for the
terrible.
closest games.
Can I, and on my little form here that I'm filling out is to document how everybody's picks are going, can I just type in Blaine Gabbert as opposed to Arizona on this one? I guess
You can.
I guess it is still a team effort. I will go with Arizona on this one.
Who do you like? You going Arizona?
I'm pulling the goalie.
You have to, right? What are the odds you're going to actually go 3-2 and not 2-3 or 0 for?
Well, what if I go 5-0? That's good news.
Excuse me.
For myself.
All right, we're on to the next one. The Rams, a 2-point dog traveling to the land of 100,000 lakes. Did you correct me on
10,000.
that? 10,000. I said 1,000.
100,000 would be an ocean.
Yeah, that's a lot. The land of 10,000 lakes. They travel to Minnesota to take on the Vikings. I like Minnesota in this one. Number one, listen, I'm an NFC guy. I'm a Seahawks fan. I have no idea how they have a better record than the Seahawks, but the Seahawks beat the Rams. So when they lose this week,
Rams team now.
When they lose this week, then the Seahawks will be number 1 in the NFC West. And
This is a different Rams team now.
This is great. Great.
Ollie, what do you?
Prognostication when you say I'm just going because of my Seahawks.
Because you want them to lose.
I want them to lose. So
that's how the picks are made.
It's almost like vote. Pick it against your Hawks. I'm going to go Minnesota.
It's funny. I'm on the opposite side. I'd really like to see the Rams do something and make it into the playoffs. They're so fun to watch this year.
They really are.
It's. I feel bad for your Seattle, by the way, with the Richard Sherman going out. I think you guys are going to be battling. Yeah, man, it was the Legion of Bums on the sideline there. I was really sad for you guys when I saw that.
You're taking a shot? You just call them the Legion of Bums? Son of a bitch.
We'll be fine.
God damn.
We'll be fine.
We'll be fine. I'm going to take the Rams.
The Falcons will find out on Monday night.
Taking the Rams on this game. I think this is going to be I always say this, it'll be more entertaining than anything else, and they tend to be the blowout games. But I like the Rams. I like what they're doing. I like the coaching. I think Minnesota looks really good, though, so this should be a fun game.
They are on pace. The LA Rams are on pace to put up more points in the season than the greatest show on turf back when they were in St. Louis did with Kurt Warner at the helm. And I just feel like the Rams are playing really well right now. Case Keenum still is technically a backup, although they announced today that he is the guy that they're going with this week in this game. It's Minnesota at home. Vegas likes Minnesota. I need to make up games, but I'm kind of with you on this one, Ollie. Maybe don't make it up all at once. I think that the Rams' scoring output is just too potent. There's a lot of weeks left. I'm not gonna catch up with you this week. I'm going with the Rams as well.
All right, I like that. First win of the week there.
All right. I feel like that one's really close. Denver, a 2.5 point favorite over Cincinnati. Why? I'm not sure. At home, maybe because they're at home and they play a mile in the air.
Because both teams suck terribly this year.
Yeah,
which tends to be the case in this discussion that we have called the Red Zone Challenge podcast on a weekly basis.
Here we go. Oh my God, the Red Zone Nation. I just looked it up. 79% of them are picking Denver. They don't have an offense. It's a tough one for me to go with. I circled Cincinnati. Maybe I should just go with my gut on this one. I'm going Cincinnati.
I am going to go with Denver. I think Cincinnati really tried hard last week to win that game and just couldn't do it. They gave all their effort up last week. I think this week is back to reality. They're in deep trouble. That coach isn't getting his contract renewed. I see Denver at home pulling this one out of their butt and winning the game.
I think the streak stops here for the Denver Broncos as well, and I got to go for where I think the wins lie. Weirdly enough, even though they were blown out by the Patriots on Sunday Night Football, it looked like they found some semblance of an offense, which had been totally void. And you got to give Brock Osweiler time to get back into the swing of things and, know what it's like to play on a week in, week out basis. And it seemed like he was showing signs of that maturation process last week against the New England Patriots. So I think Denver will have enough offense and a lot more defense than the Cincinnati Bengals this weekend. They'll get the win.
New stats just coming in from the stat guy. Stat guy says that when you two pick together, make the same pick, I usually win that pick 99.999% of the time.
That stat guy is horrible.
I don't believe that stat guy actually exists for some reason.
Yeah, it's right here.
I think stat guy is made up.
I think he's made
a stat guy. Thank you, stat guy. Well, good luck, gentlemen. Always fun talking to you. We're going to have beer in here next week is what you're saying.
Yes, I am.
It's the Wednesday before. It's the day before Thanksgiving. I want to crack a dark and stormy and then drive to Palm Springs.
Have your wife drive you.
Yeah, she'll drive.
There you go. That's a better idea. Have the wife drive. Hey, just a gambling tip out there for anybody who's listening. Don't bet on the Panthers until the second half. And what you got to do is you sit there and you wait to see the look on Cam's face.
Yep.
Because if he's smiling, he's coming back and winning that game. If he's frowning, he's gonna lose that game. So bet the other side.
The worst poker face in all of the NFL belongs to one Cameron Newton.
God, he's a mental case, man. It was so fun to watch him though when he goes crazy on the sidelines.
Yeah.
I mean, I was doing the Superman thing at the gym. I was having a blast.
Ollie, we'll catch up with you next Wednesday. Have a great week. Good luck this weekend.
All right, you do the same, fellas.
All right,
Talk
there
to
it
you
is.
soon.
You bet. The Red Zone Challenge brought to you by our friends at Firestone Walker Brew. Stop by the tap room. Get ready for the new Dark and Stormy.
Yeah, and maybe even pitch a tent on the night of Thanksgiving to get that Black Friday Dark and Stormy. While we don't encourage it, we're not exactly going against that pick.